ChefD26 with a special guest stars, Irish Booze Hound. I'm sure you can guess with it.
Hey guys, now we're going to do a movie review on Jonah Hex. Woo!
Why Jonah Hex?
Oh yeah, sorry, wrong movie. Okay.
Well, today we are doing our review on
Johnny Walker. Oh wait. Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
We're doing it on.
We're not drunk, by the way.
Damn. Okay, well let's go. We're doing our review on The Kingsmen, The Golden Circle.
Ooh,
Now, this movie has been out for a couple weeks now, and
sorry it's taken us a while to get this review knocked out, but like he said in our previous review, movie review on Blade Runner, just working a lot.
Yeah, we got work, you know, because it's a full-time job. We gotta make sure our families are taken care of first before we can go out and actually have fun. We're not getting paid to do this, and there's nobody out there telling us this is the actual review that we should do. This is our own personal opinion, and we're gonna tell you how it is.
That's right.
So right now, I gotta say, in this movie, it was good. There's a lot of good entertaining, a lot of good action, good decent pace to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Special effects wise, well, probably a little shaky right there. But when it comes to the main acting, like I say, there was pretty good acting in this one.
It was actually.
Yeah, very, very good. Now, me and Clifton discussed this on the ride here about them showing too much in the trailer. About showing Harry alive still, which I think they should have saved that for the surprise, you know? They should have surprised us.
Yeah. I think that, you know, it's one of the cases of shown too much in the trailer, or the trailer better than the movie. I wouldn't say the trailer was better than the movie, but it was close. A little too close. Yeah,
there are a few surprises in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they showed Harry live, they should have just left him out. Like, you know, in the movie Logan, where they showed X-23 or X-24, the clone, which they did not show a hint of in the trailer. They should have done it that way. Because when they showed him, I was completely surprised.
Right. And everyone loved Logan. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
And if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. That's a great movie. Check out his review on that movie as well.
Yeah. So, right now, we came to the main plot of this movie. We were able to get it. Yeah, we were able to get the plot of this one. It was a nice smooth motion. It was a little mystery at first, and then a little bit halfway through, almost halfway through, then we started getting it. Now, when it came to bad guys, Julianne Moore, who plays Poppy, right? She plays Poppy. She was like a huge drug lord on an island, but that's all I want to say for now until we get into a spoilers review. Her character, well, could have been better than Samuel Jackson's. I don't know. I don't really think that she did a really good job in this one.
I think Samuel L. Jackson played a much better villain than she did, in my opinion. But you know, I guess it was nice to see Julianne Moore, you know, play a villain again.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, she's a good actress. You know, but when it comes to villains in the Kingsmen's first one and second one, which ain't exactly super good at all. Almost coming out almost like Marvel villains, where they're just there for one time and that's it.
Yeah, just there for the paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really did have a good, decent pace to this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was action, then they talked a few times, and there was more action in this one. There's a lot of good action in this one, I gotta say. Right away at the beginning, yeah, there's action in this movie. No, there was no small part of missing action. This movie kept me entertained. Very good and very entertaining.
How would you say the action fared compared to the first one?
Well,
because the first one was a lot of action.
Yeah, a lot of action. I mean, of course, they had a training sequence just like in the first one. Yeah. This one, you know, of course, they're all trained. Right. And this one, they're straight up Kingsmen. Right away.
Now, like in the trailer we saw, I mean, this movie, it's based off of course, Poppy. You know, she wants to promote her enterprise as well. But taking out the Kingsmen, and that's why you saw that in the trailer.
The missiles hitting the fucking building.
Yeah, and blowing up and falling into the ground. So that's kind of where it picks off. It's just the broken pieces of the Kingsmen. Yeah. And then that's when they come across Channing Tatum's character, as you saw in the trailer, as well as Jeff Bridges. They're another secret organization called the Statesmen.
Yeah. Statesman was very good. Jeff Bridges, he nails it. He's always good.
Yeah, he was. He was a very good leader for the Statesmen.
Yeah, and Channing Tatum's character wasn't in a whole lot. He was only in it for a little bit, but he was pretty much the asshole. He was the bad boy.
Right, yeah. And then they had another guy that helped the Kingsmen. His name was Whiskey. Yeah. I actually thought he was a really good. What was his name again? The actor.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I've seen him in a couple other movies. I actually really thought he was really cool in this movie.
The guy who played Whiskey was named Pedro Pascal. We don't know. We're sorry if we mispronounced it.
Yeah. But
also, he did a very good job. He was also in Game of Thrones. He also played Red Viper, which he went up against the mountain, which is not a good idea. He's got his entire skull crushed in. Spoiler alert, sorry. But his character was fucking awesome. He showed good range. Really good range.
He was. He played actually a really good cowboy. He had the accent down. He had the tools. We're not going to talk about that until we get into the spoiler talk, of course. But yeah, he was just a really good all-around cowboy. Also, really kind of like their headquarters, if you will.
Their headquarters was pretty cool. Is it a big old giant bottle? Basically, a building that was a bottle of statesmen.
Basically, it was theirs wasn't a tuxedo shop like the Kingsmen. Theirs is the American cousin disguised as a dispensary or a distillery. I mean. So
when they first went there, they had no idea who they were, but now that they've discovered, they realized they needed help. Halle Berry was in this movie. She plays almost like Merlin. She
was the female version of Merlin in this movie, and I actually really liked Halle Berry in this movie because she wasn't her annoying self like in X-Men or like in Catwoman. I can't believe I said that.
Oh my God, Catwoman! Why'd you bring it up? Let's start a fucking migraine. Why did you say that?
Moving on.
Let's move on. Okay. Now for our final review, what do we give it?
Well, based off of the music, the action, the visual effects,
decent music, I gotta say.
No secret ending. I give it 3 stars.
3 stars, and that is my final verdict as well. I give this one a solid 3 stars.
3 golden circles.
Yeah, 3 golden circles. There you go.
3 golden circles.
This is a lot more entertaining than Blade Runner. Let me tell you that right now. If you're gonna pick Blade Runner or Kingsman right off the bat.
But Blade Runner has over this movie is the visual effects, sound effects. This movie does not compare.
Yes, but when it comes to action, big time.
Right.
So right now we finished our review. We're going to go into spoilers warning. Spoilers warning, guys. Spoilers. You have been warned.
Going straight through the golden circle into spoiler talk. All right.
All right. So basically, the main plot of this movie was Julianne Moore's character's Poppy. She was like a huge drug lord. And, she pretty much put a weird poison or chemical in all the drugs, everything from cannabis to heroin.
Well, meth. You gotta remember that screen. It showed the 6 main drugs that she deals with.
Yeah.
Cannabis, cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, meth, and
I can't figure out the 6th one, but it's pretty much everything.
Yeah, he'll have a little picture down here at the bottom. Everything
but booze, which was kind of a little weird. Yeah. I think they should have put booze on the list so they can upset the statesmen just a little bit more. So when these people do take the drugs, they start developing a weird rash, like they got like blue veins.
Yeah, you can see the veins start
all over the face. Yeah.
Yeah. What movie was that like?
I'm not sure.
That was another movie where the veins. Oh, it was like Tony Stark in Iron Man. When
Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. And there was like 4 stages to it. One, you start developing the rash. The second one is called the maniac, where you start dancing. They were dancing all crazy, shit like that. The third one is paralysis. They're stuck.
They can't move. And then the 4th one, of course, is death. They'll start shooting blood out of their eyes and their nose and their mouth.
That's a bad way to die. It's a very bad way to die. So basically, she wanted everybody to legalize all the drugs and weeds and everything like that,
and then
create a profit from it.
And also, too, she also says that she's worth $250 billion. She is the richest person on the planet, yet she's in exile in a secret mountaintop in Cambodia, where she has a diner. She has her own little strip mall.
It was like a little 50s setup.
Yeah, she said at
50s era setup. Had a little hot dog, movie theater,
right?
A dresser, and then of course her little diner that she had.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the movie, it talks about how she's a fan of Greece, American graffiti, and then she had this little if you will, her own little Broadway, But yeah, she was in seclusion, and it wasn't until later in the movie that you discovered that she's hidden in Cambodia.
Cambodia, it's like in a volcano, huh?
Yeah, it was like an extinct volcano. But she did have her robot dogs.
I thought those were actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and then of course the movie right away at the start of the movie it shows Charlie, who was one of the exiled Kingsmen from the first movie, which is really cool. He plays a huge part in this one. It talks about how he didn't get killed like all the other people in the first one who had that little chip in the head.
Yeah, he turned. Yeah. Because in the first one, when he got zapped with a taser at the very end of the very first one, what happened was that malfunctioned and blew off his arm. Yeah, he lost his arm. So in this movie, his arm his arm plays a huge part in this movie because how they got the codes, if you will, to know where all the Kingsmen were in the world, England, to kill them all, was this little arm of his hacked a computer. This was at the beginning.
Yeah, this was at the beginning. Stole all the secret identity locations of everybody and blew them all away. Yeah, that was pretty much. And then Eggsy, of course, falls in love with the princess at the end of the first one.
And she's in this one too. The princess in this one.
She has a big. I actually thought that they should have showed her instead of Harry in the trailer.
Yeah, they should have switched it. Instead of spoiling it right away. Yeah, that's one of the big things I had about this one. And also, Elton John is in this movie.
I don't know why. Why was he in this?
It wasn't like a little
purpose for him.
It wasn't like a little cameo.
No,
he was in it. He was kind of in it. It was like almost 8 to 10 minutes.
He had his own little action scene, which was stupid, by the way.
I mean, if you're a fan of Elton John, you're gonna like him. But us, we don't know why. But it was kind of interesting to show something different. But that's kind of why we kind of almost gave it 3 stars. Besides a few other.
It really hurt this movie. Like, it for me, him. And his scenes, it just really took a star away.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's enjoyable to watch.
No, not at all. No. But once you get past that, I mean, this movie all around is great. I actually think one of my favorite scenes is his as well, as when they're up there in the ski valley. It had a great action scene, a little bit of comedy, and we really get to see some of the characters' tools, if you will, come into play.
Yeah, they show the whips. They show the
whiskey,
the lasso, the big old knife, the bowling knife. That's what they call it.
Yeah, a bowling knife.
Yeah, and they had a couple baseball bats with baseball grenades. That baseball bat was like a mine detector. It was pretty neat.
Which I cannot believe that it didn't go off. It was right there where Merlin's was standing, or Eggsy.
What's Eggsy?
And it never, ever went off.
Eggsy accidentally stepped on a mine. And Merlin took his place right away. And I'm sorry, guys, but it is spoilers. But Merlin does die in this one.
He does.
Supposedly, but who knows if they're gonna bring it back or not? Yeah, with a brand new pair of robotic legs like they do in other movies, I guess. You know. It's very sad.
This movie's like Star Wars. I mean, we got robotic arms. We got this like super special mask that fills like a bullet hole with gel.
It shows how they saved Harry.
It repairs his neurological pathways, and then of course through a tribulation with Eggsy, he flashes him and his memory back to his normal self, so we get Harry back.
Yeah.
But at the loss of his eye.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought the robotic dogs were kind of cool, and how they ripped this one guy apart because he actually went behind what's her name's back, Poppy.
Yeah, she says that she's not to be betrayed, and I'm sorry. It's like, okay, at the beginning of the movie, she's like, comes off as like Hannibal Lecter's daughter, if you will.
And this one guy betrays her, and this new guy's recruiting. She just show you loyalty to me by getting rid of him, throwing in a big old meat grinder. So he does, and it shows all the clothes being thrown out this way, and all this fucking hamburger meat comes out of the human. Mm-hmm. And she pretty much goes, throws it on the grill,
sings and sprinkles a little seasoning on it.
Pretty much eat that. I was thinking like, wow, that's some
Hannibal Lecter shit going on.
No, so that was the only time when they actually showed it, somebody eating another human in that movie.
Yeah,
but it shows what are the consequences if you fuck with her, basically.
Right, and then of course fast forwarding to the end of the movie, Whiskey goes out like that.
Yeah, Whiskey decides because there's millions and millions of people, hundreds of millions of people infected with that virus because of all the drugs and everything like that.
Right,
and then the president wanted to
make a deal with kind of like Poppy, but at the same time, not only is he going to betray Poppy, but he's going to betray all of these people who are sick because he figures out
we war on drugs.
Yeah, he figured out a loophole. So not only could he take out Poppy, but he could also win the war on drugs by taking out all the druggies that are selling and pushing this. So, then of course one of his top officials, she gets the shit and she's affected by it, trying to force him to kind of like, hey, maybe now that one of my employees is affected, hey, maybe I'll turn my evil ways and help her. No, instead he sends her into this football stadium, which is filled with people in these little metal cages stacked all the way to the top of the stadium.
Yeah, they show people stuck and fucking dying already.
And show them in their little fucking...
So honestly, I thought that was kind of funny because the president was like, "Yeah, we just won the war on drugs." Yeah,
yeah.
Many people got like that.
And then his like little general's like, "Congratulations, sir."
I thought that was a good scene.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, in order for the Kingsmen to save him, they need to get the antidote.
Right, that's what this is all about, and that's kind of like where it gets into our little snow scene, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, Eggsy finds this base through this Charlie's girlfriend that he, you know, fingers or...
She was ugly. She was
like nasty, but little.
So you can see ribs, shoulder bone, plaid.
Oh yeah,
and you can see her spine. I was like, ugh. I felt sorry for Eggsy.
I mean, I have just. Anyway, fast forward.
Yeah, go. So,
so yeah, he gets it out of her, and then they go to this area where it has hundreds and just billions of these little itty bitty vials of the antidote. So there, you know, of course, fast forwarding a little bit through the scene, you know, he gets the antidote from this base. Charlie chases him down, and then Harry discovers that whiskey, because he breaks one of the little vials that Eggsy stole. Harry shoots him because he right away says he is one of them.
He's a traitor.
He may not show it yet, but he is a traitor, and he will betray us.
Yes, and honestly, he had his own good reason.
Yeah,
because his wife got killed by two meth heads that wanted to rob a grocery store. I can understand why he wanted to get rid of people that were all infected.
Yeah,
and it was the end fight scene kind of killed it for us.
It did. It had a poor choice of music.
Now I can understand the fight scene would have been a lot better if because the shaky cam kept going from here to here, back, forth, super big. It was weird. It was weird.
And it was a fast scene. It was a fast scene. It could have slowed down a little bit, but it just bounced too much around, and it had that shaky paralysis kind of thing going on.
Yeah,
it ruined it.
And then killed it.
The music, I don't even know what song it was, but it was like country. It was like country rap.
Yeah, it was.
It was stupid.
I mean, they had other good songs in here, but at the very end, they should have chose something different.
Yeah, play AC/DC or something, you know.
And even Elton John is at the very end helping them out, which I thought was kind of a little weird.
Yeah.
I know, but if anybody says first one or second one, I picked the first one. First one was good.
First one started out with Dire Straits' "Money for Nothing." Great song, by the way. Yeah. I was actually hoping that this movie would start out with some great music. No. Well, it started out with some...
It had Prince.
No, that wasn't until the car scene. And we're talking at the very, very beginning when it shows Marv. Watch the first one.
Okay.
It starts off with Dire Straits. This one starts out with some classical bullshit. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, okay.
And then it wasn't until the first action scene with Charlie that he puts on Prince.
Yeah.
Which is a good song.
Which was good. It was a good fight scene. I didn't mind the camera angles of that one because we actually could see what's going on.
Exactly. You could follow it easily. Yeah. You know.
It just the NC kind of killed it there for us.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This movie was good entertainment.
No secret endings.
No secret endings, guys. Sorry about that. Will there easily be a third one? Yeah, they could do it. They could easily do another global terrorism or something like they did. Or they could kind of tone it down a bit. Because right now they kind of run out of ideas, you know. The last one they had a huge weird sound. Like the first one, Samuel Jackson had this weird beeping sound. Beep, beep, beep. That makes people go nuts and kill everybody. This one they had it where they put it all in drugs. Hundreds of millions of people are going to die. It was affecting people globally.
Now, what do the third one?
I don't know. Maybe somebody can have control of an earthquake or a storm maker or something like that can cause
Easy there, Geostorm.
I know. That's what I was thinking earlier.
Keep out for that.
So right now it's pretty much good for spoilers. And
yeah.
And right
now,
guys,
and subscribe.
Yeah, remember guys, just like and subscribe to my channel. Remember hit that alert button. Remember leave a comment what you think about us. What could we do to improve our channel or improve our reviews?
Next time, turn off your cell phone.
Yeah, well, that part, we're cutting that part. Remember that, okay?
We're going to cut this part out, too.
No,
right
we're going to do this full on. Yeah. So, everybody, remember, this is our personal thoughts and opinion on this movie. It is a good, entertaining movie. And we'll be seeing it again. I can easily watch it again. So right now, guys, this is ChefD26. And this is Average Boost Hound. ChefD26 does movie reviews. So everybody, peace.